I live in Michigan, and we got some hiking boot samples that we need to review in Michigan. So here we are on a 10-degree day, going out on a trail to see how our Xero hiking boots work. It's an excursion, to be sure, with our excursion boots. Wish us luck!
Yeah, that's cold. I'm Katie Kimball from kitchenstewardship.com, and I have to say, when I received these Xero excursion hiking boots as a review sample, I was both terrified and excited. I was terrified because they're not supposed to be snow boots, and it's February and it's Michigan. I thought, how am I going to review these? But I was also really excited because for the last year I've been reading about minimalist shoes, and I knew that although my blog is Kitchen Stewardship, doing a shoe review still fits because minimalist shoes are designed to be as natural as possible. And that's what we're all about at Kitchen Stewardship is treating our bodies in as natural way as possible. But it means that I was really excited to try these out. I was so nervous about getting cold on a long hike that my husband and I took test walks in the neighborhood. And okay, after 10 or 15 minutes, my feet weren't getting cold with wool socks. So I thought, we can do this. Let's go on a big hike. My husband picked the trail, and I thought we were going on a 1-hour hike, which turned out to be 5.5 miles and 2 hours. I wore my wool socks over regular socks, girly long johns called cuddle duds. Don't judge. Feminine clothing has weird names. I had 3 layers of shirts on the top, and I thought, I am not getting cold. I was a little nervous about my feet getting wet because my husband has the Excursion Fusion, which are waterproof. I have the Daylight Hiker Fusion, not waterproof. However, even though we had to step off the trail a number of times to get out of the way of these huge fat tire bikers, my feet never got wet. I was super impressed. I'm loving the phrase lately that there is no bad weather, just the wrong clothing. I've gotten outside more this winter than any other winter just because I know that it's so good for me to breathe the air, to receive the sunlight, and to get my body moving. However, when I went on hour-long walks in neighborhoods with a friend with my big, clunky winter boots, I noticed that the tops of my feet would be sore and painful the rest of that day and even into the next day. I think it was because you kind of have to work with your toes to keep those big boots from sliding around. They were such thick-soled. So I'm happy to report that after 2 hours in the Excursion Daylight Hiker, I didn't feel that. I love that these boots kind of feel like a warm hug to me. It's almost as if there's nothing there, but yet you're warm. That's kind of the point of minimalist shoes. I love being able to feel like each crunch of the snow through the sole. There's less than a centimeter of material between your foot and the ground, again, which is the point. And there's a zero rise heel, right? Like even men's shoes, even if you look at your normal tennis shoes, you'll notice that the heel is taller than the front, which causes your body to shift forward ever so slightly. And that is what impacts your posture, right? So the point of minimalist shoes is to be as close to barefoot as possible, but yet protecting you from the snow, which made me feel really good in winter. During our hike, I also would be, I'm thinking about these shoes because I'm actively reviewing them. What are the pros? What are the cons? I'm always trying to give, here at Kitchen Stewardship, if you've followed me for a while, I run things through the gauntlet. I give the most brutal reviews I can with as many negatives as possible because I want you to feel like you have tried a product on for size before you ever order it. So I'm constantly thinking. And as I'm thinking about my shoes and walking, I would think, oh yeah, the toes are supposed to spread out too in minimalist shoes. My MD told me that my foot shape is already headed toward bunions when I get older. That stinks. So it's extra important for me to be able to spread out my toes and not wear narrow-toed shoes or boots. So as I'm walking, I would wiggle my toes and think about that aspect of minimalist shoes. I love feeling healthy. And here's where my 2 caveats come in. Only 2. First, I have to confess that I really wanted to love these shoes. I wanted to love them because I'd read so much about them. I was excited to try minimalist shoes. I was excited to see how they felt. And I just have a passion for feeling healthy and doing the right thing, right? So admittedly, I do not know how that psychologically impacted what I genuinely think about the shoes because I came in feeling positive. I'd rather approach something feeling cynical, right? Now that's where my husband will come in. He'll play that role for you. But first, let me tell you the one negative drawback that I see with the Xero hiking boots, okay? And it's that when you look down, they're kind of wide. They don't look like what you expect, what we've been trained by culture to expect shoes to look like. And my husband pointed that out right away. He said, oh, they look different. I don't know. And so I agree. Like as a woman, especially if I wear leggings or tight jeans, they feel like they're kind of big looking down. They look awesome from the side, so I'm hoping that most people other than my own eyeballs see them from the side and no big deal. Also, if you live a natural living, crunchy lifestyle already, you're gonna be really good going against the culture and not worrying about the aesthetics. Let's talk about cynicism a little bit. I'm so glad my husband can play the cynical role because he did not expect to like these shoes. He saw them, he said, they look odd. He said, I don't know, Katie, I have hiking boots I really like. They're really nice. I chose them because I expected to love them, and I do. And I said, we have to try them. This is our job, right? So here's his honest review, starting from a place of skepticism. He said, well, I actually can't say they're any worse at all than the high quality hiking boots I already own and love. Now, that sounds like a pretty bad review, but think about it. If someone who's skeptical is coming in and puts it right up there, can't say anything negative about it compared to other hiking boots he already loves, that's actually a pretty good review after, the first couple hikes. And speaking of other high quality hiking boots, you're not gonna spend much more, if any more, for these minimalist barefoot style shoes from Xero as you will any good high quality hiking boot. So that's a huge plus. I also love that my husband's are waterproof, and we're gonna put those to the test when we go hiking in Sedona, Arizona. We'll look for some streams to splash through. But what about my boots? I didn't have waterproof boots. And remember, I was nervous going into that hike that my feet would get wet.
Well, 2 hours of walking, wool socks, and an extra pair. My feet are not cold, so that's amazing. We actually kind of expected the feet to get cold, but feels good. My legs are sore, but that's because I don't usually walk 2 hours in the snow, so we'll see how I feel tomorrow. That was a good hike. I'm thankful to have these review sample shoes just to get my butt out of the house.
So, are minimalist hiking boots from Xero the right choice for you? I hope this review has helped you understand the pros and cons, the ins and outs of these boots. Yes, I am an affiliate for this product and I earn commission, but guys, if you follow me at Kitchen Stewardship, you know I only promote products that I use myself and that I firmly believe in. You wouldn't believe how many we have around here that you've never seen because I thought they stunk. So I'm a huge fan of these, and I hope you'll check them out. Most of all, I hope you'll do more research on how minimalist shoes might be the right choice for you when it comes to how you feel, posture, and digestion. My husband and I will tell you that we were both pretty sore at the end of that hike. I was fatigued. I didn't want to go up my own steps. And I said, oh my gosh, I'm gonna be so sore tomorrow. But whether it was the shoes or I just lucked out, I really wasn't as sore as I expected the next day. And so again, I would say, at least these shoes are like right up there with high quality hiking boots as far as how my body felt, the soreness of my muscles and my joints. I think that's awesome. Check out the Xero Excursion hiking boot line. I'm Katie Kimball from kitchenstewardship.com, helping you connect what you eat in the kitchen with how you feel, and today, how you feel with what you put on your feet.